Have you ever imagined a world without communication? The answer to that question is probably no, because the fact of the matter is that it is nearly impossible to live in a world without communication. During this talk, I will be discussing Chapter 1 of the Communication Mosaics textbook, and I will point out three main ideas that are mentioned within the chapter. The main focus of this that I'm giving is that communication is a part of everyday life, and because of this, it's important to understand the concept of it. The first main idea that I'd like to point out is, what is communication? On page 10 of the textbook, it says that communication is a systemic process in which people interact with and through symbols to create and interpret meanings. There are four terms that also define communication. They are process, symbol, system, and meaning. Process means that communication is dynamic and it's continuously changing. It's always ongoing. It never stops. System is something that communication takes place within. A system is full of different parts that affect each other. There's interaction between them. The next term is symbol, and these are actions or things that represent something else. An example would be, we symbolize power as having, or the amount of money that we have, or maybe the job title we have, the position that we hold at work. Next term is meaning, and this represents the significance of a situation or what something signifies to us. The second main idea is, why is communication important? Communication is important within three different aspects of our life: personal life, professional life, and civic life. Communication is important in our personal life because in our personal life we communicate with so many different people. Through these interactions, it shapes how we think of ourselves. An example would be, if someone calls you shy or funny all your life, then all your life you're going to think that you are shy or funny, and that's what you're going to define yourself as. Communication is also important in personal life because it's a way for people to connect with others and to form personal relationships. Communication is also important in professional life. In any sort of professional setting, communication skills are essential. You need to know how to talk and listen while on the job in order to make a good impression on your employers or your employees, or maybe even potential clients. Then communication is also important in civic life. It's a way to improve our social world. An example of that would be listening or paying attention to politics, or being involved in your community and doing different things within that. The last main idea mentioned within the chapter is, what can you do with communication? Communication is required in most fields of work, but there are some professions that specifically use communication and are maybe better suited for communication majors. There are 6 different fields of work that require you to be able to effectively communicate, and those are research, education, the nonprofit sector, mass communication, training and consulting, and human relations and management. And all of those require you to have communication skills and to be able to effectively communicate and listen to others, talk with others, potential clients, employees, employers. My major is mass communication, which includes public relations, which is what I want to do. And I know that in the future, when I get a job, I'll need to know how to effectively communicate with employers and employees and potential clients to be successful in the job. So in conclusion, those were the 3 main ideas. What is communication? Why is it important? And what can you do with it? And I think that through what I've said, it proves that communication is a part of everyday life, and it's very prominent in our lives and the way that humans act and the way that humans interact with each other. I'd like to close with an excerpt from the book that the author Julia T. Wood said. And I have my book down here, so I'm going to go ahead and read that. And this is on page 2. It says, "From the moment we arise until we go to bed, our days are filled with communication challenges and opportunities. Unlike some subjects you study, communication is relevant to every aspect of your life. We communicate with ourselves when we psych ourselves up for big moments and talk ourselves into or out of various courses of action. We communicate with others to build and sustain personal relationships, perform our jobs, advance in our careers, and participate in social and civic activities. Even when we're not around other people, we are involved in communication as we interact with mass media, personal media, and social media. All facets of our lives involve communication." So that concludes this speech, and I hope that you enjoyed it.